Good afternoon, fellow preppers. Welcome back to the Easy Prepping channel with your old Uncle Carl here. And before I get into today's topic, I'd just like to discuss, YouTube in general. I never started this. I did not start it with the goal of making money. It's more of a hobby type thing and thinking that I've been prepping so long that I could share my knowledge, information about how to be prepared for just about any SHTF scenario that comes down the road. Well, anyway, after I started, I found out to be monetized, as YouTube calls it, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So it kind of became a goal for me just to see if I could get to that point. Well, last week I did. This channel, thanks to you all, met those two goals. And when I applied for monetization, I was denied. And as best I can figure out, after quite a bit of research, actually my wife finally found it on Google's site, that your web page, which for me is this channel at YouTube, has to be at least 6 months old. But that spec's buried down there. They don't really tell you about that one. Anyway, becoming frustrated with YouTube, and after the job I had at Fort Knox, the last thing I want is any frustration in my life. I'm considering not just completely moving, but at least starting to put my videos here, our videos, on another video sharing venue. Now, the one I've heard about the most, in fact, several video creators that I used to follow, moved to something called Patreon. But I haven't really looked into it yet. But as best I've been able to tell, what I've learned so far is that you would have to pay to watch my channels. I really don't want to go that route. I'm still looking into it, but I'd like to ask your advice. If any of y'all out there know of a different video sharing venue, please let me know. Is there one you prefer? Let me know in the comments that I could research and check into it and see about posting my videos on that different platform. Well, on to the topic of today's video. A friend of mine, good friend, one that is invited to come here in SHTF. This is his bug out location. Still lives down near Fort Knox. But we got together over the weekend, did some shooting at the man cave. After shooting, a few adult beverages might have been involved. But he started talking about how he is doing hydroponics inside his home. And, well, before I start on hydroponics, I put a picture up here. I just got my tomatoes in the ground. This year I'm trying some pots out on the deck. And I've got 7 plants out there. I'll post a picture here. It's the first time I've tried tomatoes in pots like this. So I'll keep you all posted as the summer moves on. And we'll track it together. Anyway, he sent me a text a couple days ago that Amazon has one of the kits that he likes to use for hydroponics on sale. In fact, it was marked down, I think it said like 55%. So I decided to give it a shot. My wife has recommended a couple times over the last few years that maybe we should try hydroponics. So I bought this. It was delivered yesterday, and I paid for it. They didn't send it to me. They're not paying me anything. But this is the one I've ordered, and I thought I'd do an unboxing and setup here. And what I'd like to do is perhaps set it up back here where the lava lamp sits. And that way, as we go on further in time here doing videos, you'll be able to look back here while during the video and see how this is doing. Is it working or not? But this one is by a company called AreoGarden. It's supposed to come with Genovese basil, curly parsley, dill, Thai basil, thyme, and mint. Also comes with its own grow light, energy efficient LED grow lights, soil-free, non-GMO, pre-seeded pods, I guess we'll find out what those are here in a minute. Automatically turns light off and on. Hopefully has a variable setting, because if I try other things in it later, they might need more sunlight than herbs. Anyway, reminds you when to add water, which is convenient, and reminds you when to add plant food. So it looks like a pretty good package here. Let's get it unboxed and we'll see how it goes. Before I open the box here, I'd like to note that I guess y'all see I use notes. And there are some other channels out there, particularly Chris over at City Prepping. He must have a teleprompter. Either that or he's got a photographic memory. But anyway, I use notes. This old brain just has more trouble remembering stuff as time goes along. Anyway, into the unboxing. Looks like come out the side here. And we want to, let's see, quick setup guide. I like that. And then, shoot, a recipe for making pesto. Tomato cucumber salad with mint. Okay, few recipes there that neither one of them really impressed me. And here's our quick setup guide. Garden setup. Get growing fast, 4 easy steps. We shall see. Now, before I start pulling out of here, I'm looking through the directions first. And a few things I think are good to know is, okay, it comes with garden with grow LEDs, power cord adapter, grow domes, seed pods, and plant food. Now, important, I believe, is the temperature ranges. Ideal temperatures are going to be between 65 and 76 degrees. I think there's a reason you do this indoors, where you have a climate-controlled environment. It looks like the light will adjust anywhere from 4 inches to 12 inches above the plants. Keep seed pods labels on, and after sprouting, you remove what they call the grow domes. Well, let's get this thing out of the box and see how it goes. Okay, there we have that. Now, take that off, set it aside. Oh, quick tip. A few things like this one doesn't look like it, are good for starting seeds in. Like, well, your empty egg containers. You poke holes in the bottom so the water can drain out, but then they're good at starting seeds. Sometime I'll tell you about the year that I started all my seeds from scratch indoors, had grow lights, moved everything outdoors, tried a pretty good sized garden. It didn't work. I'll go into that some other time in a different video. So here we have our seed pods, homemade herbs. Get that out of the way here. Let's see how this thing, best way to get this out of here. Okay, there's a separate box with our power plug for the United States. Good to know we're in the right country. Anyway, put that in there. Set those aside for a minute. Let's see what we have here. Okay. It's a solid bag. I'll put tape at the bottom. Get that out away from the feet. That way we can hopefully lift. There we go. Straight out of that. And here we got a bunch of this tape, called filament tape, by the way, the stuff that can't tear you. It doesn't come off, you have to have a knife to cut it. And that's out of the way. Looks like one more here. Come on, there we go. Get this in the trash. Clean as you go. Let's see. Yeah, push in the button. That looks convenient. Raise and lower that. There's our power. Looks like it's already, plugged into the pump. And there's a place in the back for power. Let's see if this matches up. AC to DC transformer. We'll plug in there. Can't see that. We'll open up our pods here. Looks like we have buttons, switches, lights on the front for add plant food, add water, and light on and off. Okay, I'm hoping that light is automated. I don't want to be having to remember to come in and turn it on and off all the time. Oh, we'll see. Anyway, okay, looks like our seed pods. Okay, and seed pod kit instructions. Add water, drop seed pod, drop in pre-seeded pods, add plant food, guaranteed to germinate, and for the first time grower. Well, once again, I will bring you all back after I've looked through these directions. Alrighty then, fellow preppers. It looks like these are our seed pods, and each one is labeled with the type of herb that is in it. It's kind of hard to read some of them. The dill, okay. This one is the dill. I also noticed if you take off this little lid, there's a place down inside here where it says fill to this point. So, well, fill to here, it doesn't say this point. There's a cable here that will plug into the back of this base. And then there's your power that will plug into the wall. And of course, under the water container is the directions for to start a new garden, which buttons to hit for how long. I'm going to wait and do that until I'm back here and have it plugged in, ready to roll. And go get some water, get this thing filled up, and get it going. Welcome back. And I'm assuming you can see where I've put the base back here behind me. In fact, I've discovered that it and a lava lamp, which is a must in every video, will fit both there on that old, well, actually it's an old Kenwood speaker I bought when I was stationed in Japan back in the 70s. Anyway, that's history of it. But now we'll put some water in this thing. Try to do it without spilling. And we'll fill it up to where it says to fill it to. And if you've watched many other videos, you recognize this is a container that had V8 in it, V8 spicy. When I use these for a lot of things. Currently, this is the one I water my tomato plants out on the deck with. Carry water out there. That's just about got it. I'm going to have to go for a refill, just a little more in there. But I read the directions on the liquid plant food, and this size container is going to take 2 capfuls every 2 weeks. And then you're in memory of your old Uncle Carl anymore, I'm going to have to mark that on the calendar so I'll remember when I did it. So I'll bring you back once I've got filled up with water, plant food in it, and sitting back here, and we'll close out this video. Well, as I said, I had to run in the kitchen, get me some more water, and we'll finish it filling until it says fill to here. Well, this thing holds more than it looks like. Oh, and I hope I grabbed enough this time. It's going to take every bit of this. There we go. So, actually about 1.5 of these, and I think these are 32 ounce, no, 64, I forget. It took 1.5 of these to fill this thing up. Now we'll open up our plant food. And of course it's got the little foil seal across there, which, if you don't know, you put a little slit in this, makes it easier to control your pour. Okay, it looks like a kind of a dark brown substance. There's 1 and 2 capfuls. Had a little bit of spill there. I know if this has calcium in it, it can stain something fierce. I tell you, the time I tried growing a big garden, I bought some concentrated calcium, and where I was mixing it into a watering can at the man cave at the sink, some spilled out onto the stainless steel sink, and I found out stainless steel can stain if you don't clean that up right away. So let's drop our various seed pods in here. Okay, looks like they kind of, well, press down into place. I don't know which ones are going to grow how tall when. It does tell you to keep your light about 3 to 4 inches, 2 to 4 inches above the level of your plants. I guess that's why the height of that light is adjustable. So we'll put those on there. I'll get this on here. And then there's these little domes. And know from starting seeds from scratch, I know what these domes do. They keep it more humid underneath here to help with the germination. So when I was doing my own, some of the places I started plants was a big tray, and I was covering them with that foil. Not foil, that wouldn't have worked. Saran wrap is what I used over the top of those large trays. Okay, I think I've got it ready now. I'll take it back here, plug it in. I'll probably go through the pressing buttons again. You see the 3 lights back there. And bring you back in a minute. And now that we've started this hydroponics adventure together, once again, I'm learn as you go here. And we'll do this together. We'll may take just a short little section in each video and go over how well it's doing. In other words, learn from my mistakes or successes for that matter. We'll see, is indoor hydroponics really worth it to a prepper? We'll find out. Anyway, this is the point where I ask you, if you have not, please already subscribe. At the beginning of the video, I kind of told you why. And that thumbs up, I think that helps the YouTube algorithms, they call them, to get me placed higher when other people search any of the words that I put in the description of the video. If you wondered why some of the video descriptions are really long and wordy, that's the reason. It has to meet what people go out on YouTube and type in for their search. It's you need those keywords in there. Anyway, today's quote, I'm going to refer back to the old Red Green. God, I love those shows. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Thanks for watching.